So let's say you've got a mountain node or any other type of terrain or primitive node, and you want to add details on top, maybe like some rock detail, but you don't want to actually affect the shape of your initial terrain node. Now by default, if I just drag out of the out node and let's say I plug it into the crater field node here, it adds a combine node, which is great. You can combine the two nodes together. The consideration with that is that it can change the shape of the first node or the second node or both of the nodes, because obviously it's combining them together. So it's mixing them, it's adding them, subtracting or multiplying, etc. And let's just say you don't want to do that. Whilst you can get very good results that way, let's just say you really want to keep your original node to its original shape. This can be very useful when using real world height maps, or you just want to add things on top, but you have to keep the original shape. Well, there's a node that does that, and it's called Transpose. So I'm just going to drag out of the mountain, and I'm just going to search for Transpose. So what the Transpose node does is that it'll take a reference node and it will place it on top of the input node. So in this case, the mountain is the input node. And if I just select to start with like this rock noise, this is a surface modifier. I can drag off of that and plug it into reference. And it's placed this rock noise on top of the mountain node, and it hasn't affected the shape or the scale or anything of the mountain node. So basically it maintains the original volume or shape of the terrain node while placing new details on top. Now the rock noise is a surface modifier, but it will work with other nodes. Like I've got a crater field here. I could drag off of that and place it on top, and then I can have craters on top of this mountain. So the Transpose node has several different options. It's also got an embed and an insert option. They are all fairly similar in what they do in maintaining the original size of the input node, but they have some slightly different options. Like for example, if I go to insert, and it's got a flatten option. So if I just take that up to 0 and make sure threshold is on, if I take flatten up to 1 and make sure threshold is on 0, you can see whilst it's maintained the height of the mountain and the shape, it's removed its details. It's basically flattened out or smoothed out all the details, which could be very useful if you just want a smoother terrain and you want to put your crater or whatever details you want to put on top whilst not having the details from the mountain. So this creates more of a smooth hill-like surface that's got the craters all over it. Obviously, I can remove that effect if I wish and get it back. So that pretty much covers it. This is just a short tutorial. I'll leave a link in the description to a few more details on this node. So if you wish, you can read a bit more into it. They haven't actually got details yet on the embed node, but hopefully they'll add that soon. So thanks for watching. And if you've got any questions, please do leave a comment.